doing? Why are you in my cockpit all the time? Hey everybody, and welcome back to SV Blown Away. We are well and truly into February and soon looking for new crew. So if you are interested in becoming a YouTube sensation, well, maybe not, but you know what I'm saying. If you're interested in doing some YouTube videos and you want to do some sailing and you have a sense of adventure, or maybe you just enjoy sanding, who knows? Drop me a comment down below and let's make it happen. So you are joining me on the lovely island of Trizonia in the Gulf of Patras in Greece. I don't like cats. No, you misread the situation here. You completely misread the situation. No, I don't. This is not edible. Look, this is a dead cat. Here, look, on the microphone. No. I'm so fed up with the cats getting in. This is my cat alarm. I want to leave the doors open because it's actually quite warm today. It's nice to let some fresh air in. But the cats keep getting in. And then they steal my food. And a huge shout out to everybody that sent donations to help feed these cats. And I have a bit of a problem. For the last week or so I've been up here sleeping in the deck saloon because downstairs is now a photographic studio for while I'm writing the book for the RYA. And I have been smelling diesel occasionally. Now I filled the tank up a week ago with jerry cans, and I always fill the tank to the top. And the reason I fill the tank all the way to the top is that you don't get any condensation in the fuel tank, and then you don't get diesel bug if you keep the tank full to the brim. So that's what I usually do during the winter months. What I don't normally do is put the dinghy on one side of the boat and lift it. So I've been lifting the dinghy out of the water using the halyard for the spinnaker. But what that does, if you look at the boat as a whole, is it lists the boat, and I suspect that there is constantly fuel in the filler neck of the port tank. And I'm also now starting to suspect that the filler neck on the port tank has got a bad connection, a bad hose connection. And what it's dripping onto is the foam back vinyl that we fitted a few years ago, both here and down below, and it's foam back, so it's acting like a sponge. I think the drips of diesel are collecting in the foam, and I suspect they'll also be soaking into the wood as well. So I need to pull the panel out and take a look. And I'm hoping this hasn't gone any further, because obviously it could get to the mattresses. That would be a bad thing if I've got diesel in the mattress. That's going to be a big problem. It could also be in the stuff that's stored in the locker underneath as well. So I'm hoping it's just a slow drip. It looks like the hose isn't all the way on, the filler neck hose. This whole wooden panel is soaked with diesel. It's just been running down. Okay, so worst case scenario achieved. Perfect. I'm on a small island. No one cares. I can't get plywood. I have I have some of the roll of vinyl left, so I can recover it. I can't reuse that plank. It's completely soaked in diesel. I don't think I'd ever get rid of the smell. So I guess that stays like that for now. It's always something, right? Like it's just constantly fix this, the water maker's not working, the turbo's stuck. It's just like there's so many things. If I bought a house and then just stayed in a house, like if I retiled the bathroom, it stays retiled. Like I do something on here and oh look, it's damaged, oh no. Like how can that hose come off? How can the filler hose come off of the neck? It makes no sense. How? Like it hasn't been touched in 50 years. How can it come off? The hose is, it's like a solid piece of plastic. It's not going to move. It must have been like it for absolutely years, because normally I use the other side. Usually I always fill the boat on starboard tank, and then the balance pipe just fills the port tank. Look at this. Up there, the hose is not even on. I can put the screwdriver in there. How does that even happen? How? It makes no sense. Basically what happens, the filler neck comes down and the pipe should slot over the top of it, but the pipe is on an angle, so there's a tiny little opening like that. Tiny little gap. I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit, but I need to stop any fuel from coming out of there while the boat is healing, etc. Because this is a filler neck, the fuel could potentially run back down there when I'm on starboard tack and leak again, and obviously I don't want that to happen, and the only way I can prevent that for now is self-amalgamating tape, because the hose will not go over the joint. It won't even, I can't even lift it like half an inch or anything. It's not happening, unfortunately. Without stripping all the furniture out, I can't get to it. What am I going to do next? Well, the joys of being in a harbour with a water-cooled refrigerator is it sucks up any plastic waste or any weed debris that passes by, and I keep constantly clearing the filter for the refrigerator, and the inevitable has happened. The pump has died a death. It's a constant problem. Would I do a water-cooled fridge again? No. I'd probably, for what I'm using, I would probably go keel-cooled. And if I wasn't happy or I didn't want the expense of a keel-cooled fridge, then I would just put an air-cooled fridge in there and suffer the extra heat in the cabin during the day, because the whole pump situation, it's expensive. So let's take a look at what I bought. You know, you're trying to cool something down, warm something up, either direction you go, it's going to cost you money. You know, we try to cool milk down and then we boil it to make a coffee. Doesn't really make sense. So let's go fit this pump. Okay, so compressor unit's there, and the pump is just there right next to the inverter. So I need to power down the inverter, remove a few cables, etc., because I don't want a problem. But let's just quickly. Doesn't sound happy, does it? Why it's failed, I don't know. I might pull it apart and take a look. This was actually a shore flow pump, which was more expensive, and I think I changed it probably a year and a half ago. Okay, so I need to disconnect that, and a couple of cables. Can't be too difficult, hey? Alright, let's get to it. Can I just ambient lighting? Okay. flickering really bad here on the camera. Definitely got water up there. Okay. Cheating slightly. Okay. If you're looking at a cabling and thinking, well, that cabling looks woefully inadequate, the fridge is 24 volt, so it requires half of the amperage that a 12 volt fridge requires, and you can get away with running far smaller cabling because of that. See if I can get it through the connector doubled. Yes, I can. That's better, I'm sure. Okay, good. I'm just going to put this on. I'm just going to connect this in now just to make sure that it powers up, and then I'll connect the hoses up. Rather than playing it, put it all together, etc., then fire it up only to find out that it doesn't work. Yeah, let's give it a go. If I can't get the hose all the way up the barb, I don't like it. So I would much prefer to get it all the way on. Bit of boiling water, soften it up. That cooker is so fast. And then hopefully, yeah, there you go. You see how much easier that was? I mean, that just slid on so much better. There's water, I think. Yep. Okay, so there's water going in. Okay, we have water flow outside. Such a sorry state of affairs. It's been snowing. It's been heavy rain. No amount of solar panels is going to give me enough electricity to charge laptops, cameras and everything else that I need to do. I'm out of petrol for the generator, and there's no petrol station for 20 kilometers from here. The turbo is stuck on the main engine, so the turbo has to come off. I've ordered the parts and the gaskets etc. from Athens. They're on order, could be weeks. I can run the engine but only on idle speed. So I got down to 22% battery on my domestics, which I don't like going that low. So the engine's now running to use the alternators, but I can only run it on idle so as not to make any more problems. Because I get diesel knock if I try to accelerate the engine to boost the alternator output. Just gone to make a cup of tea. Essential for any Brit to have a cup of tea, right? I mean, any Brits out there, you know what I'm talking about. We need a cup of tea. I'm out of gas. The gas has just expired. Out of gas. So if I can get some petrol, maybe I could use a genset and the electric kettle to make a brew. I'm this close to making a Mayday. No tea. The wind has gone round to the east and is bringing cold weather with it. It drops down to about 2 degrees tonight. So I thought I'd put the fire on. Down inside of here, currently, that's water. I've never known it. So I'm going to pull the plug in the bottom, see what comes out. So, that in the tray, I believe it's water. So you just need to clean it. It's a fairly easy thing to do, but it can be a little messy. Now we should get a nice clean flame again. I'll probably do this when the heater's going all the time. I would guess you'd get about 30 days of use out of it without having to do this. So it is more maintenance than a Eberspatcher or a Mikuni or something similar. But when this goes wrong, which it never ever has, it's a simple thing to fix, and I like that. I like that a lot. There it is, cleaned out, up and functional, completely lit using fire lighters. I'm just going to leave it on a fairly low flame. Okay, Trizonia. Been here for a month now. Came back after Christmas, so I've been getting to know the area, getting to know the people a little bit more. I've had some help from the harbour master who took me out to get some petrol for the genset, etc. The reason I needed petrol for my little generator is it's been very wet. We've had snow, not here but on the mountains around us. The wind has predominantly been coming in from the east, which makes it cold. And when I say cold, I mean cold for Greece. I don't mean cold as in Arctic freezing. I've done an Arctic winter, negative 27, etc. I choose not to do that anymore. I did it for work. I don't do it for pleasure. I watch channels like Alluring Arctic, etc. And I have a lot of respect, for these channels that go up into the wilderness, the white wilderness, or up into the circle, etc. In its videos, I've done no work on the outside of the boat simply because the weather has just not been conducive to me doing those repairs. Wasn't he a happy bunny this week? Roll on summer, bring me some sunshine. I want to get in the water and go for a swim. And a big shout out to my monthly Ko-fi supporters. Thank you for staying with me, very much appreciated. And the next people on the screen are coffee donators. Now, last week's video I asked for help feeding the cats. You guys really pulled through, and the cats received £120 worth of cat food that will see me through winter. Thank you. And a massive shout out to my monthly patrons. Thank you so much for your support. You have no idea how much it means to me that you stand by me with these videos. I know they're not always positive. I'm trying to improve. Thanks, guys. And if anyone is interested in one of these polo shirts to look as attractive as these people, drop me a line in the comments down below. As always, if you'd like to see some more videos, click on the left. If you'd like to subscribe, click on the right. Thank you so much for watching the video. Next week, I hope the sun is out and they are much more positive.